No, but it's down 26 to 17. So all those that have been trying to just short it and stay with it, they're just getting paid today.
It's down 28, huh?
All right.
Fell
Oh,
out of bed at 3 o'clock.
yep. All right. Good afternoon, guys. 10 after 4. It's January 17th. Hopefully everyone's feeling well. Oh my goodness, what a week. Take a look at disclosure. Let's get to it. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Scott Redler. I am the Chief El Jefe Officer of T3Live.com. Hopefully everyone's feeling okay. Listen, we had a week. We had a week. You know, this is the type of week you go home and the headlines are there and your mom calls you up, hey, Sonny boy, how was your week? The market was up so much. You did great. Your wife is like, oh, I heard 10-10 wins. Dow was up 300 points. Great week. And then you as a trader, you have to be like, how did I do? I will say, in full candid, I could have done better, and it was not easy. You know, and that's that. There was definitely money to be made, and there were definitely some good trades out there. There were a few predatory ones, and but all in all, it is what it is. You know, if you take a look right here, you know, all we got up to today is pretty much where we sold off from on, you know, that NVIDIA CES, whatever they call it, keynote. Came all the way in. Here was a little red dog reversal that caught people. And then because that caught people, probably people didn't want to take this one. Then you need your higher low. And then right here, you had to make a decision. Okay, what am I doing into the CPI? Am I going to be net long? Am I going to be net short? Am I going to have some calls on, some puts on, some risk on, some not on? And, you know, you had a little bit of time to adjust. You know, yesterday did not feel great. Tech felt weaker. Apple's at 2025 lows. It wasn't like they gave you blaring, you know, signals to be a buyer. And then today, now, you know, you hit 599.36 below 599.77. You know, pushed through, came back, and now you have another gap. So if you bought versus this gap, saying, hey, Red Dog's done a lot of those evergreen videos about buying versus a big pro gap, whether it's earnings, whether it's news, whatever it is, that if it's going to have commitment to it, it's going to hold it. Well, you bought it here, or maybe you bought it here versus that, and you got paid, and hopefully traded around. But anyway, wasn't easy. Same way, by the way, you love it when the Dow's down 1,200 points, and you know your mom or dad calls you. Hopefully, if they're alive, and if they're not alive, I'm sorry. And if they are alive, give them a call this weekend. Say hi. You know, because when they're gone, you're not going to want to, you know, you're going to wish you called them. I still miss Cadence. I wish I played with Cadence a little bit more. It's been almost 6 weeks. But anyway, you know, when the market's down 1,000 points and everyone's like, oh my God, everyone's in pain, blood in the street. And you're like, woo, I was out of the way and short, made a little tactical money. I'm feeling good. Anyway, with that said, we'll see what happens next week. We have 595.61. The market's not open on Monday. Basically, you know, a lot of people are being very bullish into the inauguration. I don't know if it's going to sell the news, right? Big move into it. It's not like we're down here on going into the inauguration. We're up here. So, you know, just know what you can handle. Qs came in, held where they had to. I don't think this is a real print. Maybe it is. You know, you could put this here like this and poked its head above this downtrend. Wasn't the exact place to be, but at least some things acted better. Wasn't just everything selling off like yesterday. So now we'll see what happens next in the Qs. You have 524 is that spot. Yeah. I don't know if everyone, you know, we got to be in stride. Banks, what a move in the banks. I wrote about them every day but didn't trade them. Sorry. XLF, 3 updates since the big gap and go since JP Morgan. If you're in it, you're in it. JP Morgan, wow. Look how nice that is. I remember they brought this red on earnings day and Chilla was buying it and I told him, stick with some. And there it is. You know, you work for really good prices and then when you work for the good prices, when things are trending, like, why not keep some? Anyway, wow, what a move in JP Morgan. That's where all my money is. JP Morgan, preferred client, that's me. They're always like, why don't you put more money in the market? I'm like, well, because I have 4 accounts at work and I choose JP Morgan to be like kind of like my cash account, my blood in the street account somewhere else. And I like to have some cash there just in case, you know, for a rainy day. But what a nice move that is. For those in JP Morgan. Let's see. So that's good to see. Actually, I showed commitment to something breaking out. What did Goldman do? Good to see. Look at that. 613. You could have bought versus. It's good to look back and see strategies work. You know, the pro earnings gap, the peg play, which Trader Stewie calls it. I was not in it, but I've taught it. Not going to be in everything. I have enough things going on. But for you, hopefully you had some. I bet your Citigroup had a nice day. Let's see. Yeah. Actually just got 3-month CD at 4.8%. Let's see, what did Citigroup today? Told you. It's that easy. Anyway, banks are doing well. A lot of guys were short the KRE on this. You know, it looked like it was going to break down, broke the area, but then look, this is what you got to learn. Broke down this day, said and then that day you had a cover before that, and now it looks higher. Anyway, yeah, I bet your Bank of America rebuilt a bit today. I'd be a buyer of Bank of America versus this 45.80. At some point, it's going to break above this, I think. I'm not in it, so I'm not, telling you something. I'm not in it, so I'm not preaching it. I'm just saying, as your chief strategic officer, this is a good-looking, stock that's lagging a little bit. Yeah, so they're a little ahead of the game too. Okay, now let's go to FNGU. Bongo. Yeah, didn't. It's not like it took off today. Still in the bottom end of this big wedge. So you haven't missed much here. Everyone who thinks they missed the entire year, I have traders all literally throw in the bag. They're like, I hate this year. I'm done. It's January 17th. Don't hate this year. You're not done. You're allowed to be a little frustrated. It happens. But anyway, what was this high here today? 606.14. Coming right into the hedge. Anyhow, this goes a little bit more up here. That was where that was. Interesting. Into this thing. Right, Steve? We're going to call it a year. Just because we didn't flip the coin the right way and have calls on, on Wednesday, and then he was so mad that he didn't buy things back Wednesday and then hold through yesterday's, what looked to be pretty weak. Call it a day. You screwed it all up. Call it a career. No. No. All right, let's go to the best in breed. I feel like Amazon best in breed. Glad I at least put this on as a power play. People from power plays were mad at me yesterday. Like, how could you put this on as a power play? I'm like, it looked good. And then the market rolled over. And they're like, well, where's the stop? I'm like, well, as a power play, your stop is 216. As a day trade, went below the prior low, so I got out. They're like, well, you're out. Why aren't we out in power plays? I'm like, well, it's a different trade. Okay, this isn't a day trade. For you, it's a weekly trade. For me, it was a day trade. And I didn't get back to it today. And everyone in the power plays is making money, and Red Dog doesn't have it. I probably should have some overnight, to be honest. I might even if it's trading down after hours. This is 226. This looks like it's heading back to 233. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I have rum and onion, and I'll Palantir. I wouldn't say Palantir is best in breed right now, but it's repairing. I think Meta will wake up once this whole TikTok stuff is gone. Zuck's going to be there. Pretty ugly candle, but I actually made money in options today. Didn't really trade it because it was so loose and wide. We'll see. We shall see. Where's Tesla right now? Still hovering. Tesla. Hasn't been easy. Sorry. Just saying. Every time it looks like it's breaking out and going, and then it looks like it tries to put a little tail in. Went as high as what? 439.74. So still trending. Everyone thinks it's going to do great because, he's going to be standing next to Trump on Monday. We'll see. I hope so. All I know is I lost a lot of money yesterday. Played it wrong. Played it too fast. It was my fault. I had too much size thinking it was going to go red to green, and it didn't. And now what? We'll see. Here's this. Here's that. Even. So, I did trim some into that. Thank goodness Fib got me back in the calls. Like, I know you had a bad day in it, but if it's up tomorrow, you want to be in it. So I took it. made good money, and then on this pullback, I bought more calls for next week. So we'll see. Where's Michael Salison? He'll be around probably. Anyway, what else? Google looks good. Looks like it's going to make a new high at some point. Microsoft, what'd that do today? All these candles just, they go up and they fade. They go up and they fade. It's annoying. Apple still looks horrible. You know, you could go like this now. You could put this here. Couldn't even get above 432 where we said would be resistance 1 and the 8 days up there. Definitely still a problem overall. I guess it wasn't a problem today, but 432, look at that, 432-ish. Now, if you bought it though at all today, you were in trouble. That's why I avoided it. I'd be short of the market because of that. Marvel's at an all-time high. Wow. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier this week that it was acting well. Let's see. Marvel looks good. Good semi. Wow. I had a friend of mine who was accumulating the bejesus out of it down here. Look at that inverted head and shoulders pattern. Broke out, retested, and went. It's been above the 21-day pretty much for a while. Look at that. That's a good-looking semi. Save it. Somebody wants to look at what a good-looking semi looks like. Did anybody buy it? I don't know who was talking about it. It was probably Fib. Anyhow. I don't really have any semis on. I feel like I should have an AVGO on. I have it on as a power play. Oh, this looks really ready. Nice and tight. I might actually even take this. Where's the trading right now? 237.55. Why did it close? Close. Take a little bit. MU looks really good too. But this looks great. This looks really great. Ready, like you're going to be buying it above 247, 251. You don't see more semis more set up than that. Video. Yeah, I guess you could raise this like this now. Just want to be in touch with that next week. Kelly, you've been doing great. Thanks for all of the help. Oh, MU. Just did that. MU. Sorry. Yeah. What else? Took a Todd's GEV. Wow. Nice move. Screwed this one up myself, but making new highs. You know what I bought today for the first time in a while? CCJ. Nice candle. Have some options too. We'll see. Made some cash flow. That was probably one of my better day trades. I bought it when it got above here. Where'd it get to? Oh, 52.59. Guess we can make this like this now. Yeah. I didn't kill it. It made good money there. Yeah, like I got killed Wednesday. At CCJ, what did NNE do? Yeah, nothing special. What did a little bit better, I guess. What else? What else was? ONON was good. Came off a little bit, but that's probably gonna make new highs at some point. That was a good one, really good one, Fib. That helped. I had the options, and then I put the stock. SMR. Okay, sorry I missed that one. That's I know NNE old Clo and SMR old. Yeah, it's all right. It's so great. I think Rumble was good. Thanks for getting me back in that one. One of my bigger winners today. Sold some up, then I bought some down, and then I sold some up. Not so bad. How's everybody doing, by the way? Yeah, Quinn had a good day. Were you alright? You guys should go take a trip to a third world country and then see how upset you are that you're not on the highs of your year. Anyway, that's true, Zach. Every day, but Tony DeLuca, you want to do AMD? I haven't looked at that thing in like 2 years. It's pretty gross still. It's disaster. This is almost like Baba. But I guess whatevs. Only person who likes this stock is Jim Cramer. Likes Lisa Liu. I don't know. TAC, that was a good one. Anybody buy this with me yesterday? You did nice. Anybody do TAC? That was a good one. I did shares too. Started slow today too. And my two little ones kind of sucked. ARBE. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't break this. And then somebody called out Fubo that didn't really work today. Oof. Look at that gap there. That's not good. Why can't something be symptomatic? It looked like it was going to hold here. It was as high as 645. Oh, Tesla. I just see that I sold some. I must have got above 427.50. Now I can go in a good mood. I'm kidding. Someone in the VTF was like, why aren't you buying Tesla? I'm like, because it's at 430 and if I have a lot of shares and it goes to 425, I'm going to be upset. My wife won't get any action from me. And then it was 425.50. I was buying it. I thought you didn't like it there. I'm like, I would like to buy it here. I didn't want it to go there from there. I'm delirious today. It's fine. You guys know I have a little dyslexia. As good as I am with numbers, sometimes I write them backwards. Deep. Who's rooting for Ohio State? I know. No one? Everyone's going for Notre Dame. They're the good guys. Go Irish. I hear you. I was a Notre Dame fan growing up, so it's kind of tough for me. My best friend, his name is Michael Mugavero. He lives in Alabama now. He's a doctor. He was one of my top four friends in high school. Big kid too. He went to Notre Dame, so he actually became a men's cheerleader. Not saying anything good or bad about it. Obviously, he'd rather be on the football team than a men's cheerleader, but he was a men's cheerleader, and he got to go to all the games. He would lift all the girls. The girls would do flips. All the football players knew him. He was a big guy. He didn't have to get beat up, and he married a cheerleader. And we went to visit him. We had a good time. That was when Rudy came out too. I actually think I might have been on spring break in Panama City, and we rented a van. We rented 3 vans, and I got a little action in the van with some girl from Tennessee, and then we watched Rudy. So I liked Notre Dame. That's a story. It's a true one. And Lion King, I think, in the same year. And then I went to Ohio State 2 years ago. My godson goes there. We had a great time. Went to tailgate. It was Ohio State versus Iowa at like 4:30 in the morning, and instead of getting in the sauna and steam room, I was at their house chugging nat lights with everybody. Frank the Tank came out, had a great time. Was out till like 12 that night. Took the kids out to dinner, and then this year I went with Chase. He had a great time, so I kind of became a little bit of an Ohio State fan. So my 2 favorite teams, and I liked UT also. My cousins are from Austin. I've been there for 2 Ragnars, so my 3 best teams made it into the end. Makes it hard to root. Anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. What else? IBIT. Wow, nice move. I'm small. Small here, I mean. Remember when we went over MSTU? Here, somebody should have kidnapped me. Would have made a lot more money this week. Right there, I was a buyer. Mr. the same thing. Look at that. Right here was a lower high. Here is a red dog reversal. Now look at it. It's all right. I want you guys to make as much money as possible because I love you all. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. I'll eat tuna fish this weekend. It's okay. Yeah, UT was good. Chase wants it. If Chase wasn't going to play basketball, he might want to go to UT. Might even be able to play basketball there. Oh, you guys want to hear something cool? Who wants to hear something cool? Anybody? No one? Okay. That's the next spot. Everybody's sleeping. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. We should be having a beverage right now. Kenny cares. Wolfpack cares. No, but so we had a meeting with SCA or whatever the site is that we spent $3,000 in order to, it's a college recruitment service that helps, and we had a call with them on Tuesday. So we went on the call with our coach, and he already had all of Chase's midseason stats, which were pretty cool because he's top scorer in Essex County, and he's top 12 in the state actually, which is pretty cool. So he's like, we're going to send out 15 emails to 15 schools, 5 Ivies, 10 Patriots. It's early, you're only a sophomore, but send it out. You have great numbers. So he sent them out, and the next day you actually got a few people responding back to the coach, and one of them being Princeton. That's where he wants to go. So the coach from Princeton said, hey, do me a favor, send us his AU schedule. We'd like to go to one of the tournaments, and this is our camp in the spring. And so he got an interaction with Princeton. And then I know someone has someone at Princeton. I said, hey, just by pure coincidence, we're going to Princeton versus who this on Monday. Princeton is playing Columbia. We're going to be there. And then the coach reached out. He wants to meet Chase on Monday in Princeton. Yeah. Very nice. So that's a good story. Doesn't mean he's going to go to Princeton, but it's pretty cool that, they responded to a sophomore and invited him to one of their camps, and the assistant coach is going to come meet us. Anyway. All right. That said, it's 4:35. We'll see what tomorrow brings, or Monday. Actually, there's no trading Monday. Enjoy the weekend, guys. Go outside and spend some time with friends, sometimes with family, recharge your batteries. I'm going to be doing a lot of running. I'm going to do a lot of sauna ice barrel. If you guys want, I really like this. I like this site called Pep Talk. I think you could download it. I also like this book. There's a really good book app that I listen to books because I can't read books. I don't have enough attention span. So I listen to all these books that actually get converted into 15-minute audibles. So I do a 15-minute workout in the sauna to a 15-minute book. It's called Headway. Check it out. All audiobooks, the best in the world. I listen to them. It gives me some really good ideas. Those are my two pro-growth websites that I listen to and learn from, and I'm going to try and make a lot of Red Dog Mindset based on those guys. It's good for the weekend. Besides Motiversity I like too. So I'm not an influencer for any of those. I'm just telling you those three things have added value to me to keep me kind of focused and headstrong, while sometimes it's hard to be that. So you got to do what you got to do in order to stay headstrong, and feel good and have gratitude for even if you're not at the highs of your year, etc. All right, guys, have a good weekend. Blinkist, that's cool. Yeah.